What's good, fellas? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. I do apologize that this one has taken quite a while for me to get out, as I just recently proposed to my girlfriend, so big things are going on in real life. Of course, she said yes. And no, I didn't get her a netherite ring. You guys know I like to rock with the diamond. Anyways, yeah, this video has been a long time coming. I have yet another resource pack video for all of you lovely individuals, and this episode of the resource packs that I want to showcase is pretty jam-packed. We got a lot of really cool resource packs in today's video. The links to them will be in the description if you guys would like to go download them and support the creators and all that cool stuff. And if you guys would like to support me, hit that subscribe button. I make videos like this all the time, and I would love for you to be able to watch any future videos that I come out with. But anyways, hope you all enjoyed today's video, and yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it. So kicking things off, let's go ahead and walk our way over into town. And well, you guys might have noticed via my walking that, well, it looks a little bit different. If I decide to crouch down, you'll notice that I'm kind of hunched over, sneaking around. And if I play a few more clips, you guys can see things like climbing ladders, crawling around, and all sorts of other animations. Now, where exactly does this come from? Well, I'm sure you guys are pretty familiar with the Fresh Animations pack. As we can see by looking at this villager, you can see that he's blinking, moving his, well, eyebrow, and, you know, looking all around. Well, the creator of Fresh Animations is now working on Fresh Player Animations. Now, this is in super early alpha, so a lot of the animations that you see in this video and that you see online are definitely subject to change. And the only way to get access to the pack as of now is by supporting the creator himself on Ko-fi. Now, this pack will be free whenever it's done, and this is to just kind of help out with the testing phase of the pack, but the second that it is available for free and that it is fully finished, I will make sure to let you guys know. But I figured I'd get a lot of comments about this as the video goes on, so I figured that I would point it out. Now, since we are on the topic of Fresh Animations, I figured I'd go and show you guys a pack that is inspired by it. It's by a completely different creator, so it's not the exact same one, but I'm gonna go ahead and kill the skeleton, show you guys what I'm talking about, and boom. As you guys can see, that pack right there is called Fresh Skeleton Physics. And as you guys could see, it just kind of broke into pieces as we killed it. And I'm starting to realize doing this in my hardcore world isn't the best idea because I can't find skeletons, so just give me one moment. Here we are in the creative world. Let me go ahead and change the time to midnight. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my Blade of Doom. And yeah, let's go and grab some skeletons. We'll do the regular skeleton and the wither skeleton because of course it does work on both. And yeah, as you can see, whenever you kill any kind of skeleton mob, they will break into a bunch of pieces and fall on the floor. Pretty nice if you're already using some mods to kind of increase immersion in your game, and kind of makes me think of the Minecraft trailers a little bit. So yeah, I think it looks really nice, and maybe you guys will too. Also, now that we're on the topic of some bad guy mobs, let's go ahead and talk about some zombies. Now, this pack is called Better Zombies, and what you'll notice as we spawn these guys in is that they're actually going to pull from the many default skins that Minecraft comes with, as well as occasionally dressing them up in different outfits, like this miner's cap, as you can see here, or that farmer's hat, as you can see over there. This gives a ton of variation to the zombies, and you even have this really rare one that just spawned in a Jeb zombie. I'm gonna be 100% honest, I did not know that existed until just now, but that is absolutely sick. But yeah, as you guys can see, I'm just going to spawn in a ton of zombies, and they are completely variated by the default skins and also come dressed up in a bunch of different outfits. And I believe this also affects them depending on the biome that they come from. So let me go and despawn these guys, and then I'm going to go look for a different biome. All right, here we are at a snowy biome, and if we go ahead and spawn in our zombies, yeah, you'll actually notice that they're little Eskimos. They have their hoods up, their faces are frozen, and they're actually carrying some fish on their backs. This is actually super cool, and I believe this also works for a variety of other biomes as well. This is a really awesome immersive resource pack that I highly recommend you guys try. Now, easily some of my favorite resource packs that I've ever used are ones that affect the UI. As you can see here, I have been using recolorful containers for a very long time now. Changes the look of the recipe book, the inventory. If we walk on over here, this is what the smithing table looks like, the crafting table, etc. But I have a brand new one to show you guys. Well, actually, I have two, so let's go ahead and jump into them. Now, this first one stems a little far from vanilla because of the coloring and whatnot, as you guys can see at the bottom, but this one is called Immersive Interfaces. If I go ahead and pull up my inventory, you'll actually see this little crafting grid we have here. We have the recipe book that we can open up, and yeah, everything looks really nice and stylized. This also kind of looks like a little bag that we're carrying on our person. If we walk on over to the chest though, this is where things get interesting. It actually is just a gigantic chest that you can just plop items into. It looks fantastic. I really like this one because it is in beta, so it is not fully finished, but it is very immersive by getting rid of this little grid thing right here. I believe there is a way to go ahead and replace the grid. I think it has to do with changing the language that your game is in. Actually, let me go ahead and check. Okay, yeah, so I just found it. If you were on the title screen and you go right here, we have English UI slots, and basically the only thing that changes is the slots becoming visible with the resource pack. So I'm gonna go ahead and load back into my game really quick, and I'll go ahead and show you guys this, just in case you guys didn't want to use the pack because you couldn't see the slots. This way you actually can see them. But yeah, here is the barrel. As we just saw the chest. I went ahead and showed you guys my UI. But like I said, not everything has been changed. So, you know, as we look into these, you'll notice that some of them do have the interfaces, some of them do not, but they do look really clean, really cool, and I really haven't seen anything quite like it. But I do know that a lot of you guys like more vanilla styled resource packs, as that's what I cover a lot of. So let me go and show you guys a more vanilla friendly one. So moving on over to our more vanilla friendly one, we have GUI Revisions. And of course, this one is pretty similar to what we're used to. Of course, this inventory screen kind of looks similar to the default Minecraft light mode UI. But of course, we will get some changes as we go to things like the ender chest, this cartography table right here. The shulker boxes will be colored accordingly. So, you know, really nice right there. If we head on over to this chest over here, we have a little bit of color going on, but for the most part, it is pretty faithful to just the regular vanilla Minecraft experience with a few colored changes and unique UIs here and there. But I figured I'd show you guys Immersive Interfaces as well as this one, if you guys would like a little bit of variety from recolorful containers, which I personally have been using all the time. Up next for the video, we actually have a resource pack that I showed forever ago via YouTube Shorts, and I know that not everybody watches my YouTube Shorts, so I figured I would include it in this here video, but this one is actually called Spryzeen's Knight Armor. And in my opinion, this is one of the best armor resource packs I think I've ever seen that isn't necessarily trying to stay true to vanilla, because of course you do have some armor packs that try to stay as vanilla as possible, and I'll actually showcase another one in this video. But for this one is unapologetically just being itself and looking super cool in the process. You'll notice that if I go and get rid of all this out of my inventory, there we go. You'll notice that there's actually gauntlets / glove armor around the arms of your character. If I go and show you guys what I look like, you'll notice that it of course does have trim support, and you'll also see that I have these around my arms as well with the really cool looking gloves. But yeah, I think it looks fantastic. Some of my favorites, of course, has to be the retexture of the chainmail armor, as well as the iron armor having these like leather red pauldrons or whatever. It looks super clean. But if this pack isn't quite vanilla friendly for you guys and you want something a little bit closer to default, then here is an alternative. And that is of course Arisans Armory. At least I think I said that correctly. And as you'll notice, it looks a little bit closer to vanilla with just a little bit more style to it. You'll notice that the golden armor has a little bit of a crown going on. There's a little bit more detailed texturing on it as well. Iron has a little bit of a differently shaped helmet. Chainmail, it just across the board just looks so much better. Netherite almost goes completely untouched, but you will notice it kind of raises a little bit up towards the top, and the actual faceplate is a little bit different. And the same thing with diamond. They just get a little bit more detail via the texture. Chainmail just gets an improvement all around. And the golden crown, you guys know, I absolutely love the look of the golden crown. But yeah, this one's really cool as well if you guys aren't a huge fan of the knight armor. For our next resource pack of the video, I kind of want to talk about one that, well, I am a super big fan of. If you guys have watched my video, by the way, this is a creative copy of my hardcore world, so no, I'm not cheating. I even made that for a video completely unrelated. It's not even in the hardcore world. If you guys have watched my videos for any amount of time, you guys would know that I'm not really a big fan of the creeper design, and that is where ALs Creeper, actually, what is this thing called? ALs Creeper Revamped comes into play. I love these little fellas, and I think they look fantastic. Now, they're not only just remade creepers because, well, they're actually biome dependent. So if I come all the way down here, it should be... Is that really any different? No, let me head to the jungle. Here we are in the jungle, and if I slap this bad boy down, you'll see that he is green. Very green. But if we head to another biome, like this really cool looking snow biome, oh my goodness, I mean, look at the floating island back there. If we go ahead and teleport to a biome like this and slap our little creeper down, you'll notice that he has a little bit of a different texture to him. He's not quite as green, he's a little bit more on the blue side. If we go ahead and go on over to where we have some snow going on, let me go ahead and turn on the weather really quick, go ahead and get it snowing over here. I guess we'll head on over to the top of this mountain and go and slap him down. You'll actually notice that he literally has snow on him. I mean, it is the coolest thing, dude, to see creepers with snow on the... Oh no, we're kind of close to this little border right here. Let me move over here. It's so cool to see little creepers with snow on them in a snow biome when it's snowing. I mean, dude, I love it. I think that is one of the coolest things I've ever seen a resource pack do. It just looks fantastic. Heck, we could even go to another biome really quick. I'll go ahead and bring us over to a desert. Go ahead and get them cords. There we go. Jump on down here into this little snowstorm. Well, sandstorm. Yeah, sandstorm we got going on. And yeah, you even see that the creepers are color changed again. So really cool resource pack. One of my favorites. Now, speaking of favorites, what if I told you guys that if you played on the original console editions of the game, there are updated versions of those texture packs that you would find on said console versions of the game. This one, personally, was my favorite. It was known as the plastic texture pack, and I actually only realized that this existed because a buddy of mine was using it. But yeah, there's the plastic texture pack. I know that there's one for the fantasy texture pack as well, and it's super cool to see a lot of these legacy texture packs being brought over to an updated Minecraft Java and being able to play in a world with shaders and everything in between using these really old texture packs. It is super cool to see. So I kind of wanted to put this one on your guys' radar if you guys didn't know, to maybe check CurseForge, check Modrent for the other classic texture packs, because you may not know that, well, there are some people out there that are trying to bring these to the modern versions of the game, and they've been doing it successfully. This looks fantastic. Since I went ahead and showcased a pack that drastically changes the game, let's go ahead and talk about another one, but one that does it via the tools and weapons. Now, this is what I'm just going to call the alternate texture pack, because there are just tons of different ones that you can install that you specifically might want between the pickaxes and swords and crossbows, all that kind of stuff. But let's go ahead and take a look. So if we head on over to tools and utilities, this is the alternate 3D texture pack. So if I go ahead and grab some of these, I'll just kind of grab them at random a little bit here. Let's go and grab a shovel here. Let's grab a hoe. Let's get a little iron hoe going on. Let's go on over to the swords. We'll grab a netherite sword, and we will grab... Where are the, yeah, there we go, crossbow, as well as the bow. So if you guys have ever wanted to play with 3D tools that honestly don't look too far off from being in the actual game, something that Minecraft themselves would add, then maybe you might like this texture pack. These look really cool, and the crossbow specifically looks really sick, as well as the bow. We'll go and pull that back. Really cool to see how it works from a first-person perspective, and like even the iconic pickaxe that you would find in Minecraft does look pretty cool. So if you've ever been wanting to play Minecraft and have it feel a little bit more different than you're used to, then maybe using the alternate texture pack and rocking some of these 3D tools, maybe it might be up your alley. Now, onto a pack that I have covered in the past. I believe it was probably like 6 months ago or something that I made a video on this, but I figured I'd go ahead and bring it up now because it recently got updated with 1.21, and that is, of course, the even better Enchants resource pack. And if you guys don't know what that does, it essentially gives a unique texture to every book in the game so that you no longer have to sit there and be like, oh, what is this book? I need to highlight it specifically to be able to figure out what it does. With this, you can just look at the textures and know what it is right off the rip. And of course, if you are dealing with things like villagers, if I go and head on inside here, if you are dealing with things like villagers, it is just so much easier to be able to see a list of the enchants that they have. And once you get used to the resource pack, then you can, you know, if you are trying to get a specific enchant, be able to break and place the lectern much faster because you don't need to enter the menu, highlight the book, and then do that all over again. It does make it quite a bit faster, which I like. Now, because I have showcased this pack before, I do want to give you guys an alternative that I haven't showcased just yet, and that is Xali's Enchanted books. And these are really cool because you'll actually notice that some of these books have tiers to them. So Smite just looks way different from Smite 4, and Sharpness 2 looks way different than Sharpness 5. And I do think that this is a really cool resource pack if you are looking for a similar effect, but with a little bit more detail as well. It is a very popular pack. It has way more downloads than Even Better Enchant, so I'm sure you guys knew about it, but just in case some of you guys didn't, I wanted to showcase it. Now, as I've already said, I am kind of obsessed with some Vanilla Plus resource packs that change the mobs in Minecraft, so if you guys don't mind, we're going to go over a few more, starting with Better Illagers. Now, this one is really cool because it's kind of similar to the zombie one we talked about earlier, where it does give a little bit more detail to the Illagers, kind of like with the zombies having the hoods up and they had, like, you know, the cod that was on their backs or whatever. But with Better Illagers, this actually makes a lot of these guys biome dependent, kind of similar to the creepers that we were showcasing earlier as well. So if I go ahead and locate a biome and go to yet another snow biome, we'll do a snowy beach because I tend to like those the most. Go and teleport on over here. And if I go and place these guys down, you'll notice that they have like little Eskimo outfits. And if we take a look at the Ravager, it's literally like, you know, a Yeti. I mean, that's sick, right? It looks super, super cool. Aside from just the base Illagers, I believe these guys also only have unique looks in the swamp. So if we go and head on over to the swamp, you have, like, you know, your regular plains biome Illagers, which I was showcasing earlier, and then you have the snowy ones, and then you have the swamp ones. So if I go ahead and head on down here and place these guys, oh, that doesn't count as a swamp. This is a really tiny swamp, I'm gonna be honest. If I go and place these guys down, you'll see that they have, you know, little things going on. They look a little bit different. The Raptor looks a little bit different. And this is also going to apply to things like the witches as well. If I go and pull a witch over, you'll actually notice that, yeah, they look a little bit different. I think they look absolutely sick. And they got, you know, little chest backpacks on their backs. Looks really cool. I really like this pack a lot. Now, you guys are absolutely insane if you didn't think that I would do the same thing for my piglin homies. Let's go and throw a few of these guys down. This is from the resource pack called Porkier Pigs, and this is going to give these guys a little bit of a look depending on what biome they spawned in. So as we can see, if we are in a Crimson Forest, you'll notice that they have Crimson Forest themed cosmetics on their person. I mean, they look super cool. This is as vanilla as possible, by the way, so you can't just like kill these guys and, you know, get what they're wearing. Of course, it is only a resource pack, but if we go ahead and locate biome, head on over to a warped forest. These are definitely my favorites. Oh, I just got an advancement. Okay, well, if we head on over to a warped forest and go and throw these guys down, you'll notice that they have some warped forest themed looks to them. So I think it looks really cool. I really like this resource pack a lot. It is very similar to a lot of the ones I've showed you guys with the Illagers and with the Creepers. But yeah, adds a little bit more of an immersive nature to Minecraft and kind of makes sure that the mobs look a little bit different as you find them in your world. And unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, as I say at the end of every video, all good things must come to an end, as we are now going to showcase our final resource pack for the video. And this one, well, I'll go ahead and let Beauregard of my hardcore world do the talking. This one is well, you're ruining the reveal, Beauregard. There we go. This one's called Fat Cats, bro. This one, it's Fat Cats. That's all it's called. It's just big, chunky boys, big old fat boys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's the pack. Fat cats. You know, it makes all the cats fat, including ocelots, and including my boy Beauregard. But guys, let me know if you all enjoyed today's content, if you enjoyed the video. And Beauregard, you're in the way. Go away. There we go. Anyways, let me know if you guys did enjoy the content today. Of course, there was a lot of resource packs that we went over, so I know that not every single one is going to be one that you might enjoy, but I do hope that you found a few that you find useful. But anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Definitely make sure to check the description for the download links, as well as any kind of support mods that you might need, as well as to take a look at some of the other videos that I made on this channel that you might like, including one dedicated to my hardcore world that I recently put out only 2 weeks ago. But guys, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you all next time.